Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Tran reveals depression almost took her life. Tran reveals that depression almost took her life at one point. This is something that is very vulnerable to talk about. Fans have always appreciated how open and honest Jenn has been about her hard times in life. It allows fans to relate to her in ways they couldn't before. Keep reading to find out more. Tran went through a terrible heartbreak. Not only was it hard on her, but it was also public. Anyone who watched her season of The Bachelor saw this happen to her. She was engaged to Strader after he won her heart on the show. However, a couple of months after the show, he ended things with her. This was totally unexpected. He even denied ever being in love with her. Fans felt awful for Jenn, and Devin is now one of the most hated men on reality television. Tran is on the current season of Dancing with the Stars. This week they had a dedication night. This is when they dedicated their dance to someone important in their lives. Jenn dedicated her dance to Taylor Swift. She then revealed that depression almost took her life. The Archer is such a beautiful, beautiful song, talking about flaws and insecurities and feeling unlovable. And I feel like that a lot of the time. I've been through a lot of depression and anxiety in the past, and times where I didn't think that I would still be here today. That song was really all about me working through those moments, but still being here today and still overcoming those battles every now and then. I wanted to really dance my heart out for me, for Taylor, but also for everyone else who had been going through the same things that I've been going through, because I want them to know that they're not alone. Jenn wanted to make sure other people knew they were not alone. However, Taylor is also someone who helped her in the hardest times of her life. Fans did not realize that Jenn had that difficult of times in her life. However, they are happy that she shared them. It made some fans not feel so alone in their hard times. Taylor Swift was someone who helped Jenn pull out of those hard times. Taylor has the ability to do that for a lot of people. However, this is why she dedicated her dance to her. What did you think about Jenn revealing that? Were you shocked? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts. Tran, a rising social media influencer, model, and mental health advocate, shocked her fans recently by revealing a deeply personal and harrowing truth. Depression nearly claimed her life. In a raw and emotional interview, Jenn opened up about the silent battle she had been fighting behind the glamorous photos, sponsored posts, and infectious energy she projected to the world. "I've always been the girl who's got it all together, you know." She began, her eyes welling up with tears. People see the photos, the trips, the brand deals, and think she's living the dream. But what they don't know is that I've been battling demons every single day. It was a revelation that shook her followers, who had come to know her as a beacon of positivity and confidence. Tran, with her glossy lifestyle and millions of followers, seemed like the epitome of success. Yet, behind the filters and hashtags, she was crumbling under the weight of depression, a darkness that had almost consumed her entirely. The silent descent, for Jenn, the descent into depression was subtle at first. "I didn't even realize it was happening," she admitted. "It wasn't like I woke up one day and everything was dark. It was gradual, little things, feeling tired all the time, losing interest in things I used to love, isolating myself without even meaning to." She spoke about the pressure she felt as an influencer, always having to be on, to present a perfect version of herself to the world. Social media is a highlight reel. You never really show the hard stuff. And I think that's part of why I spiraled so deep. I felt like I couldn't let anyone see me struggle. Her work, which had once been a source of joy, began to feel like a burden. The constant need to maintain an image, to keep up with trends, and to always be available for brand collaborations left her feeling drained. I would look at my phone and feel sick, she confessed. I didn't want to be seen, didn't want to post, didn't want to interact, but I had to. It's my job, and people depend on me for content. The breaking point. The turning point came one night when Jenn found herself alone in her apartment, overwhelmed by a sense of hopelessness that she couldn't shake. She described it as a numbing void, a feeling that life no longer held any meaning for her. Despite her outward success, she felt utterly disconnected from herself, from her loved ones, and from life itself. I sat there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, what's the point? Why am I even here? It felt like no matter what I did, it wasn't enough. I wasn't enough, Jenn shared, her voice cracking as she recounted the lowest moment of her life. That night, she contemplated ending it all. The pain was unbearable, and she saw no way out. I just wanted it to stop, she said, wiping away a tear. I was tired of pretending, tired of feeling like a fraud, tired of fighting with myself every day. It was only by chance that Jenn's close friend, sensing something was wrong, decided to check in on her. She called me, and when I didn't answer, she showed up at my door. Jenn recalled, her gratitude evident in her voice. I don't know if I would be here today if she hadn't. Seeking help. In the days that followed, Jenn realized that she couldn't continue to fight this battle alone. She reached out for professional help, something she now encourages others to do. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It saved my life, she said firmly. Jenn began seeing a therapist regularly and was eventually diagnosed with severe depression. Through therapy and a combination of lifestyle changes, she slowly started to rebuild her life, one day at a time. It wasn't an overnight fix. Healing is a process, and some days are still hard, but I'm learning to manage it. One of the most significant changes she made was stepping back from social media when necessary. I had to reevaluate my relationship with social media. It's so easy to get caught up in the likes, the comments, the validation. But that can't be what defines your self-worth. Jenn has since become an outspoken advocate for mental health awareness, using her platform to discuss the importance of mental well-being openly. She has shared her therapy journey with her followers, posted resources for those who might be struggling, and encouraged others to be kind, not just to those around them, but to themselves as well. Breaking the stigma. Depression is still so stigmatized, Jenn said, shaking her head. People think, oh, you're depressed. Just get over it. Think positive. But it's not that simple. Depression is a real illness, and it's not something you can just snap out of. She hopes that by sharing her story, she can help others who are struggling in silence to feel less alone. I know what it feels like to think no one would care if you disappeared. I know how isolating it can be. But I want anyone who feels that way to know that they matter. You matter even when it feels like you don't. Jenn also touched on the unrealistic expectations often perpetuated by social media. We're all guilty of it, posting the good stuff, hiding the bad. But life isn't perfect. We need to normalize talking about the hard stuff too, because that's what connects us. A new chapter. Today, Jenn is in a much better place, though she's quick to admit that her journey with depression is ongoing. I still have bad days, she said. But I've learned that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. I don't have to be perfect. None of us do. She continues to share her life with her followers, but with a renewed sense of authenticity. I want to be real with people. I want them to see the ups and the downs because that's life. And if I can help even one person feel less alone, then it's all worth it. Jenn's courage in sharing her story has inspired countless others to open up about their own mental health struggles. Her message is simple, yet powerful. You're not alone. And there's always hope, even when it feels like there isn't. As she embarks on this new chapter, Jenn Tran is no longer just the girl with the perfect Instagram feed. She's a survivor, a fighter, and a voice for those who need to hear that it's okay to ask for help.